What's up, baseball fans? So we continue on with our best players at each position, with today focusing on third base. Before I get started, I wanted to give a shout out to JDF Sports. It's a sports podcast that you can find on Facebook. It's a great group of guys that talk all things sports, whether it's baseball, football, hockey, you name it. Go to Facebook, check them out. With that said, let's get to it. At number 10, I have Rafael Devers. Starting off my list is Rafael Devers, who had a breakout season in 2019, hitting .311 with 32 homers, 115 RBIs, along with a .361 on base, a .555 slugging, and an OPS of .916. His WRC plus of 132 ranked 9th among third basemen. Where Devers struggles a bit is on defense. Even though he did improve on the defensive runs saved from 2018, it still came out to a pretty bad -10, but he did improve with his UZR, which came out to 2.7, and that ranked 9th among all third basemen. He did have 22 errors at third, which was the most among third basemen. If he can continue to improve on the defense, along with keeping up the offense, he could easily move higher on this list. At number 9, I have Jeff McNeil. At number 9, I have Jeff McNeil, who actually saw more time in the outfield in 2019 than he did at third. However, with Todd Frazier heading out of town, this clears up third for Jeff McNeil, who was much better there than in the outfield in 2019, considering he had 4 defensive runs saved, which ranked 13th among third basemen, and had a UZR of 0.1. Where McNeil thrives is with his bat and getting on base. He hit .318 with 23 homers, 75 RBIs, and an on-base of .384 that ranked 21st in baseball, a slugging of .531 and an OPS of .916. He also had a 143 WRC plus, which ranked 16th in all of baseball. With more time spent at third, McNeil should continue to be one of the more solid players in baseball. At number 8, I have Eugenio SUAREZ. Here's a guy you don't hear of much too often, which is crazy considering he's been at least a 3-win player for 3 straight seasons now, and he almost hit 50 home runs last year. Sticking with the offense, that's where SUAREZ truly flourishes, as he hit .271 and 103 RBIs to go along with those 49 homers. His strikeout rate of 28.5% did rank as the 5th worst in baseball, but he was able to put together a .358 on base, a .572 slugging, and a .930 OPS that ranked 17th in the majors. His defense could still use some work though, as he had a -4 defensive run save last year, along with a -0.2 UZR. With the Reds fielding a better overall team this year, it's possible we could hear his name more, especially if they can make the playoffs. At number 7, I have Yoan Moncada. At number 7, we have one of the most electric players in the game in Yoan Moncada. When he was first traded to the White Sox in the Chris Sale trade, he was still very raw, that struck out a lot, but he had so much potential. Last year, that potential really showed as he posted a .315 average with 25 homers and 79 RBIs. He did strike out a bit with a 27.5 strikeout percentage that ranked 9th worst in baseball, but he had a .367 on base, a .583 slugging, and a .915 OPS. His WRC plus of 141 also ranked 3rd among all third basemen. As for the defense, he did have -4 defensive runs saved, but his 4.3 UZR ranked 6th among all third basemen. Overall, Moncada is one of the best all-around players today, and it's scary to think that he's still only 25 years old. At number 6, I have Kris Bryant. Next up is the 2016 National League MVP, Kris Bryant, who continues to be one of the more solid third basemen today. His WRC plus of 135 ranked 7th among third basemen, and his stat line was solid, hitting .282 with 31 homers, 77 RBIs, and a .382 on base that ranked 3rd among third basemen, along with a .521 slugging and a .903 OPS. The defense was a bit shaky for Bryant though last year, as he had -6 defensive runs saved and a -1.4 UZR, which ranked 114th out of all third basemen. Nonetheless, Bryant continues to be one of the more solid players in the league, averaging a 4.8 wins above replacement since his first season in 2015. At number 5, I have Josh Donaldson. Entering the top 5, we have Josh Donaldson, who's been one of the better players in the league for so long now. After an injury-riddled 2018, he bounced back in a big way for the Braves in 2019, posting a wins above replacement of 6.0 and a WRC plus of 132 that ranked 6th among third basemen. He had a stat line of .259, 37 homers that ranked 4th among third basemen, 94 RBIs, a .379 on base, a .521 slugging, and an OPS of 900. The defense was also solid as he saved 15 runs, which ranked third among third basemen, and a solid UZR of 2.4 that ranked ninth among third basemen. 2020 will be his first year with the Twins, and he'll be looking to keep up some of the best production in baseball. At number 4, I have Anthony Rendon. At number 4, we have Anthony Rendon, who's coming off a championship season with the Nationals, along with signing a huge 7-year deal with the Angels. Since 2013, he's been one of the most solid players, averaging a 4.9 wins above replacement. However, in 2019, he had his best season, hitting .319 with 34 homers, a career-high 126 RBIs, an on-base of .412 that ranked 4th in baseball, a .598 slugging, an OPS of 1.010 that ranked 6th, and a WRC plus of 154 that ranked 7th. His defense is also solid with 2 runs saved in 2019 along with a 2.0 UZR. At 30 years old, Rendon still has a lot left in the tank, and it's going to be exciting to see how he does with the Angels. At number 3, I have Matt Chapman. In the 3 spot, I have the best defensive third baseman and simply the best defensive player in all of baseball, Matt Chapman. I was very tempted to put him a little higher on this list, but with only 3 seasons so far, I'm okay with keeping him in the 3 spot. I understand some of you will probably say this is a bit of a reach, especially putting him ahead of Anthony Rendon, but Matt Chapman to me is just very overlooked. Since his first year in 2017, he has only gotten better each year. In 2019, he had .249 with 36 homers, 91 RBIs, a .342 on base, a .506 slugging, and an .848 OPS. However, what's crazy is he was actually better across the board playing at home, which is considered one of the most picture-friendly ballparks in the game. Now let's move on to where Chapman really shines, and that's his defense, which had earned him back-to-back Platinum Gold Glove awards for the American League. In 2019, he saved a league-leading 34 runs and had a league-leading 14.8 UZR. Simply put, the guy is amazing on defense, especially at such a difficult position. In my opinion, I don't think we're far away from Chapman being considered as the best overall third baseman in all of baseball. At number 2, I have Alex Bregman. This may scratch some people's heads, but with Bregman, it's hard for me to place him higher than number 2. There's a couple of reasons here. First, it was the cheating scandal, which is another reason for why Jose Altuve was a little lower on my second base list. Personally, even though he had one of the best stat lines in 2019, it's just hard for me to place him higher, and I would feel better about it seeing a similar season now that we're hopefully past the cheating. Second of all, I need to see more of this kind of production over a long period of time. Sure, I had Matt Chapman higher than some guys that have played longer, but Chapman's glove is absolutely ridiculous, and he's also provided great production offensively as well. Back to Bregman though, like I said, his 2019 was insane and definitely worthy of the MVP award, in which he finished second. He hit .296 with 41 homers, 112 RBIs, a .423 on-base percentage that ranked third, a .592 slugging, and a 1.015 OPS that ranked fifth in baseball. He also had a WRC plus of 168, which ranked third. As for the defense, he was very solid, saving 8 runs, which ranked fifth among third basemen, and a UZR of 2.4, which ranked 16th. The next few years will be interesting for Bregman, and I'm sure he has a chip on his shoulder to prove the cheating wasn't the main reason for his great production. And at number 1, I have Nolan Arenado. In my opinion, Arenado has been the most solid third baseman for some time now, and he doesn't give up the top spot heading into 2020. Since 2013, he's averaged a .295 average, 36 homers, 115 RBIs, and an .897 OPS. In 2019, though, he continued some of the best production in the game, hitting .315 with 41 homers, 118 RBIs, a .379 on base, a .583 slugging, and an OPS of .962 that ranked 9th in all of baseball. His WRC plus of 128 is lower than most due to playing at Coors Field, but if you look at his stats in 2019, he hit 20 of his 41 homers away from Coors Field. On the defensive side, he's considered one of the best in the game, winning 3 straight Rawlings Platinum Gold Gloves, which is given to the best overall defender in each league. In 2019, he saved 18 runs, which ranked 9th in all of baseball, and had a UZR of 10.3 that ranked 5th. There's no sign of Arenado slowing down as one of the best players in baseball anytime soon. So that's my list. Tell me what you think down below in the comments, but that's all I got for right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.